Cat Williams recently stunned the online community by revealing unsettling information regarding how Beyonce allegedly assisted Jay-Z in evading responsibility for the death of DMX. DMX never ingratiated himself with Jay without a cost, and Jay blacklisted him due to his inability to manipulate him as easily as he could with other rappers. Cat asserts that he witnessed all the events unfold and even reached out to DMX as he could empathize with his plight. Like DMX, Cat faced repercussions and was ostracized for challenging this exploitative industry. DMX's career significantly declined after Jay-Z became affiliated with Def Jam. Irv Gotti, a former close friend of Jay, stated that this was not mere coincidence. Jay intentionally sabotaged DMX's career to the extent that it became unsustainable, compelling him to resort to drugs for survival. For those unfamiliar, Jay-Z and DMX were friends before they achieved fame. However, when Jay ascended to the presidency of Def Jam and driven by envy began to dismantle DMX's career, the situation deteriorated. At that time, DMX had achieved 5 consecutive #1 albums on the Billboard 200 and had complete control over the label, but everything shifted when Jay-Z assumed control.
Everybody knows you've had battles with drugs throughout the years. Yeah. So at the time, they were saying that, you was on drugs. That's why they didn't want to invest in you.
Right. They already invested. What you mean they didn't want to invest? They already invested. Like I said, the album was recorded, shot the video, everything. That was just some bullshit. You know that was.
Do you ever feel
Let's get rid of the competition.
Do you ever feel like people at the label didn't do enough for you when they could tell that you really needed help? Or do you think that you were too far gone?
No, I was never too far gone. It just, all I needed was just do me like you do everybody else. Don't sit there and speculate about this and think about this and assume this. Just do me like you do everybody else, and it's gonna be all right, man. But that never happened.
So I think with DMX too, you never, Def Jam, I feel, never put a lot into DMX. It was always the groundwork with DMX.
DMX criticized Jay again during a radio broadcast, asserting that he had misused his authority at Def Jam to sabotage his career.
What happened was, I had the crazy track record at Def Jam, everything was good. I go to do the 6th album.
Jay-Z became president.
Yeah. When he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, MH is running the building like, yo, you good. Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened? Mm-hmm. Let's go on vacation and, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? Mm-hmm. How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. Mm-hmm. Because at first you retire, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good.
Recall the incident when Jay-Z was revealed by his former close friend, Irv Gotti? At that time, Jay, J. Rule, and DMX were collaborating on a joint album, but Irv claims that Jay felt envious of DMX and even sabotaged the project due to his frustration over X outperforming him in every track.
I ever had, I was like, we gotta sign DMX, and they laughed at me. I remember when I left the office, Tina Davis said, she knew what I wanted to sign DMX. She said, if DMX don't sell, your ass is fired. Jay and Dame did not believe in DMX. Jay would be like, you think he's better than me? And I'd be like, he's nice just like you. I said, if you look in the hood, there's less of like you and more like him. Yeah, but don't want to live that. He's depressing, Gotti. And I said, I don't give a f. So Jay used to watch me grind with X, and he was off with the Hitman. And then something strange happened when I made Get At Me.
Jay's unfriendly attitude is noted, and it is rumored that they continued to collaborate behind the scenes until X's passing, even though they only produced a limited number of tracks together afterward. The foundation for their rocky relationship was primarily established by X. Furthermore, Irv mentioned that X, Jay, and J. Rule did collaborate on an album. However, it was never released due to Jay's dissatisfaction with X's prominence.
X was with it, Ja was with it.
Jay wasn't with it.
I tried 2 times to make that album happen. X was with it, Ja was with it.
Why do you think Jay didn't want to be
This is just my opinion. Just my opinion. I don't think Jay wanted to get in that room with X and Ja. It wasn't.
One more than the other, or
no,
both?
No, both. Jay is a very smart person. He's gonna do an album with R. Kelly. R. Kelly worships Jay-Z. Worships him.
And Kanye West.
Kanye West worships Jay-Z.
And Jay Electronica.
They all worshipped him. X and Ja don't worship Jay-Z. You're my man, but when that beat comes on, you're not above me getting at you. And that's what I do not feel Jay wanted to deal with. He didn't want to deal with. I'm saying they would come at each other subliminally. So it wasn't a direct hit where they're gonna say your name and thing, but they coming at you. So do I want to make a whole album with these coming at me. And if I'm Jay-Z, there's a slight chance that, what is it gonna say? I'm not the nicest.
That's what
Right.
that's
It's not worth it.
Where's my win?
Right.
The only thing I'm seeing with this is the potential loss. But now people are saying, these is better than you.
I have even gone to the extent of asserting that Beyonce is cognizant of Jay's actions regarding X, yet she chooses to remain silent in order to protect him. Furthermore, it is suggested that Jay's actions were motivated by jealousy towards X. It is difficult to fault her for withholding such information from her husband, considering the nature of the situation. Additionally, there are allegations that Jay assisted Beyonce in hiding certain entities that are registered under her name. As you may recall, Jaguar accused Jay-Z and Beyonce of mistreating them by confining them within their residence. She even went as far as to allege that they were accountable for the demise of Jay's pregnant lover, Kathy White, who was also Aaliyah's partner.
Publicly, Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
Upon further examination, some individuals now contend that Beyonce was revealing her feelings to Kathy through her song, Daughter. The lyrics suggest that Beyonce elaborated extensively on how she, Jay-Z, and a restroom attendant managed the aftermath of the murder. The line from the song states, "Your body laid out on these filthy floorboards. Your blood has smeared my custom gowns." The restroom attendant allowed me entry immediately. She was quite fond of it. I made a concerted effort to remain composed, but your arrogance shattered the tranquility. I ripped your dress, and now you bear the marks of black and blue. Observe what I have achieved as a consequence of you. The pathologist's report indicated that Kathy's demise was due to a brain aneurysm. Nevertheless, Jaguar asserts that Beyonce and Jay are culpable. She claims that Jay opted to eliminate Kathy because Beyonce had become aware of their affair and was prepared to confront the situation herself, unless Jay took action first.
Unfairly. She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand's sake. I mean, I'm just speculate.
Upon Jay's return to X, the intense scrutiny he faced compelled him to confront all matters directly. Furthermore, he expressed that he and X remained in love, notwithstanding their differences. They believed it would be amusing. I was entirely opposed to it and informed Ice Cube and the filmmakers that I would never participate in the filming, as I found it utterly lacking in humor, Cat remarked. They made him feel as though he was being overly demanding, and Cat further noted that he was taking a significant risk since this was his debut film.
For the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Cat Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy, right, where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves and is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. Takes any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. People want to know, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my in front of all my people at my agent.
The company attempted to eliminate Cat as well as DMX upon realizing that he would not agree to being utilized for their purposes. Fortunately, he survived to narrate his experience. However, DMX did not have the same fortune. This situation has prompted Cat to openly criticize Beyonce for concealing the circumstances surrounding his death. He asserts that DMX will remain undiscovered unless Beyonce begins to speak out, as reported by sources. As is often the case, everyone had their own perspectives. One individual remarked, "Let us clarify this first. DMX was neither intimidated by Diddy nor Jay-Z. He made this evident on numerous occasions, particularly during an interview where he discussed the industry." Another individual stated, "DMX was not just an exceptional rapper, he was also a poet. He was among the most genuine voices one could listen to. And that voice, truly, no one could replicate what X accomplished." Now, I am interested in your opinion. What are your views on the allegations that Beyonce has not revealed the details surrounding DMX's death? Additionally, do you believe Jay-Z bears any responsibility in this matter? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below.